Tigray People's Liberation Front, TPLF, Debretsion, Gabriel Mikhail is going to play another card against PM Abiy's government. This card was used by TPLF in the past to off and on. TPLF plays this card to pressurize the federal government. I think in coming days you'll see TPLF pressurize the Ethiopian federal government through the use of this tactic. Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching the channel. Good to be with you. The video, the information I'm sharing with you is based on sources. I got some reports through some sources and I thought of sharing it with you. TPLF, Tigray People Liberation Front, is not on good terms with the federal government of Ethiopia. I did a video last night. I shared with you a call by TPLF directed at the international community. TPLF says that Tigray people under siege, they're being denied food, fuel, etc. Federal government not interested in implementing Pretoria. It is delaying implementation of Pretoria. IDP is suffering. International community should step in. But to pressurize the federal government, TPLF is going to play a card. Which card? Independence of Tigray as a country. In coming days, you'll see interviews, you'll see reports by Tigrayan sources, by Tigray politicians, discussions about Tigray's independence will be launched in media. Viability of Tigray as a country will be discussed. Parallels will be drawn between the independence of Eritrea as a country and the likely independence of Tigray. This is going to start in coming days. You'll see that. It's part of a plan made by the TPLF to pressurize the federal government of Ethiopia. Why is TPLF resorting to this tactic? Does TPLF really believe that Tigray should be a country? And will this call be supported? In present situation, are Western countries, regional players going to support TPLF's call for independence of Tigray? Firstly, TPLF will never officially say that it wants a Tigray independent, separate country. Why? Because the day TPLF takes this position, it will lose support of its Western allies. No one in the West wants to see a Tigray country. There are several reasons. Even during war, TPLF did not publicly took a position in support of independence of Tigray as a country. Westerners, Americans are very pleased with Abiy, PM Abiy these days. Why? Because PM Abiy has liberalized Ethiopian economy. Foreign companies are being welcomed in Ethiopia. Ethiopian economy is being controlled by the IMF and World Bank. Several sectors of economy are being opened up for foreign investors. International banks and other international investors are considering investing in Ethiopia. So Abiy right now suits the Western players. Firstly. Secondly, I said that around 3 to 4 years ago that no one in the region, no one international community will support the independence of Tigray as a country, because if Tigray secedes, then this secession will have an impact, dominoes impact. There could be formation of other countries too in Ethiopia, in the Horn of Africa. Where will it stop? It will not stop. It will lead to a wave of instability in the Horn of Africa, leading to strengthening of armed groups, some which are fighting Western forces, to like Al Shabaab, etc., ISIS. I don't think that Westerners or regional players, African players, are going to support TPLF's call for independence of Tehran as a country. TPLF knows it very well. That is why even during war, TPLF politicians like Gitach or others, they talked about independence of Tigray, they talked about exercise of Article 39, but they never made it their official position that Tigray wants to secede and gain its independence from Ethiopia. Uh, in coming days, this pressure campaign is going to be launched by TPLF to force federal government of Ethiopia to talk to TPLF for the restoration of TPLF status as a political party. TPLF wants its status restoration, federal government not showing flexibility. Secondly, TPLF wants to retake control of Humera Volca. The federal government, Amhara government, so far have not entered into talks with the Tigray authorities about the status of disputed territories. So through the launch of this campaign, TPLF hopes that federal government will come under pressure and it might agree to resume engagements with TPLF. Since federal government is not talking to TPLF, that is why TPLF is trying to involve international community. It wrote a 14-page letter to foreign diplomatic missions asking them to intervene, to mediate between TPLF and the federal government. Some people say that if Tigray secedes, perhaps Abiy would be satisfied with that, just a small part of Ethiopia. Without Tigray, Ethiopia perhaps will be a better country, more prosperous and less conflict ridden. I don't agree with that. I don't think that Abiy PP will ever agree on secession of Tigray. They'll never accept that. Rather, if TPLF presses ahead with its case indirectly, again I'm saying it will press ahead with the case for independence indirectly through its news outlets, through its paid activists, through its cadres. Indirectly, it will press ahead with this case. Federal government would like TPLF to raise this issue because if TPLF raises the issue of independence of Tigray, federal government will have the opportunity to accuse TPLF of violating Ethiopian sovereignty. By the way, uh, in Pretoria, TPLF agreed that it will remain part of Ethiopia. It is committed to Ethiopian territorial integrity and sovereignty. And if you remember, once Pim Abiy at a parliament session said that TPLF agreed to respect Ethiopian sovereignty or integrity, and it will never call for independence of Tigray as a country. And that is why federal government and TPLF signed Pretoria deal. So this is only a pressure tactic which TPLF intends to use to force the federal government to come to the table and restore TPLF status as a political party. Will this strategy work? Uh, let's see. We'll have to wait. But TPLF is definitely, it wants to up the ante to get its status back and to get territories back. So far, TPLF has been having its way. I mean, federal government could not stop TPLF from removing Gitachorada from Tigray. Federal government could not say no to TPLF's proposal of appointment of Tadesse Varade as the president of Tigray. But federal government is definitely saying no to restoration of TPLF status as a political party. Federal government is backing disgruntled Tigray fighters in the far region. Federal government is keeping Tigray under siege. So, situation little volatile, uncertain. I Was a little optimistic about peace in Ethiopia a few months ago. Honestly, I am not optimistic now. I wish that I could be optimistic, but the developments happening indicate that there could be flare up of tensions anytime. These people should sit, they should talk, but they are forming new alliances as if they're preparing for another war. Thanks for watching.